Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where junkie and good storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told, and I'm so overdressed for a rent video. And let's start ranting about the drama that has recently started airing on the platform Youku in China called 君90. First, I'll let you know I've only watched 2.7 of the 40 episode saga, which has aired past its halfway at this point. The reason being, I just couldn't continue watching this drama. It is so bad. If this drama did become a masterpiece of storytelling after the episode 2.7, then please understand it happened after that. Everything I can see in the first 2.7 episode is ridiculous. The drama starts with a wedding that is taking place in an imperial court-like building. It is shot at the exact same location where Word of Honor's Jingwang, Prince Jing's mansion is shot. The narrator's voice tells you that this is a princess's wedding and she is the daughter of the previous emperor who has recently died. Now the throne has been passed to the emperor's brother. So the uncle emperor now is the host of the wedding princess. After entering the grand hall of the palace, the princess immediately started accusing the emperor of murdering her father, the previous emperor. And then she starts to walk up to the emperor very slowly with the camera on her accusing him. While that is happening, nobody is doing anything. Not the guards, not the officials, not the groom. And the emperor was just sitting there very calmly and quietly and just watching this woman slowly walking up to him. She even got so close to the emperor that she literally cleaned his desk. It was a majestic gesture to show her anger. She got so close, face to face, inches away from the emperor's face. At that point, still nobody's moving, nobody's doing anything. The emperor is not even scared. And she's still asking, did you kill my father? And the emperor was like, yeah, kind of, but who cares? Suddenly, a dagger appears in her hand and she tries to stab the emperor. It is only by that point that the groom, who is an official, rushes in, grabbed her and stopped her inches away from stabbing the emperor. Yeah, that is just the opening scene of this drama, 君90. I don't know how many points you can rant about in this whole sequence. No characters, actions, and speech. No sequences makes any logical sense. It is not a fictional setup period time that looks like China. It must be happening somewhere out of our universe, where the laws of physics are totally in a different kind of structure. Did the scriptwriter just landed on planet Earth yesterday? Or maybe it's not about the scriptwriters, because I know scriptwriters don't have rights in Chinese drama productions. Who knows why the story happens like this, but that's the opening scene. Kind of gives you a good idea about how bad it's gonna be. Then the princess ended up in prison and got tortured. At night, two people show up. Two, a middle-aged kind of old man and his daughter. It is an imperial prison where a princess was held who a couple of hours ago was trying to kill the current emperor. The prison can just got broken in by two commoners who have no special powers. Later you'll find out this old man is a doctor and the princess spent some time of her youth living outside of the palace and learning medicine from this teacher father character. So the teacher and teacher's daughter came in to save her, but on their way out they figured we couldn't get out because more guards are coming in. Yeah, somehow they could get in but couldn't get out. And the doctor's daughter, the princess' childhood friend, decided to stay behind and kill herself. Yeah, so that she could pretend to be the princess who's dead and the princess will not be chased after anymore. I guess she is just so holy and saint-like and doesn't care about her own well-being at all. The excuse is that the previous emperor, which is the princess's father, saved their entire family, so they're just paying back with their own life. So the daughter of the doctor stayed dressed up as the princess immediately. Like the shot was like she was dressed as a commoner and then she's like, I'm gonna change my costume with the princess, you take the princess out, I'm gonna die here. And her hair and her costume just got changed instantly. While before that exchange happened, they are already aware of a group of prison guards are coming in. It took me 1.5 hours to dress up like this. I'm just saying. Instant dress change probably is the only superpower of that doctor family. And what did she do? She lit a fire and burned herself to death, together with probably a lot of other prisoners in the prison, so that they can recognize whether the dead body is the real princess or not. Cool. I don't know where I should be starting to rant about this part of the plot. Then the princess and the doctor got out of the city in the middle of the night. Somehow. Apparently there's no guards at the gates. Huh? Who cares? And then the princess wakes up in a mountainous cave. And she had bandages on her face. And as you can imagine, when she takes it down, her face got surgically changed to the dead doctor's daughter's face. The doctor father came in and told her, I changed your face. I also freaking changed your voice. I don't think that technique is even available today, so it's definitely parallel universe, a different universe where laws works differently. Like even her breast is like 3 sizes up. The next scene, our face changed princess searching in the wilderness trying to find her doctor teacher and realized he is about to die. Apparently, this guy who can break into an imperial prison just by himself, who can hold a huge living person who is incapacitated out of a gated city middle of the night, is unable to take care of himself when he's in the mountain trying to get some herbal medicines. He fell off a cliff and is about to die, and he grabbed this, I don't know what that flower is, it looks like a giant thistle, but anyway, I want to get this medicine. I fell off a cliff and I'm about to die, and before I die I'm gonna tell you, my daughter's maternal grandmother is a very rich woman and has a very powerful family. After I'm dead, you can take up my daughter's identity and go there and then find a way to survive. After saying that, he's dead. Perfect tool person. Serves every necessary plot point like the best, most diligent tool person you can imagine. He doesn't even die at the wrong time. When this whole plot is happening, it is only at episode 1 time mark 19 minutes 49 seconds. This actually counts in the title song, so if you take out the song, it's about 16 minutes into the drama, this much has happened. She takes up the identity of the doctor's daughters, goes to a hotel that they kind of previously already discussed, somehow with the father's plan. The father is a genius, knowing exactly what's gonna happen in the future, where a servant girl, who was previously a servant girl to the doctor's daughter, who is now dead in the prison, burned into ashes, was waiting for her lady. And they meet up and they are gonna go to their grandmother's house in a different city. And this servant girl is literally the most annoying servant girl in any period dramas I've ever seen. I don't know what the scriptwriter is thinking to write a character who is this annoying. Every time she opens her mouth at the wrong time, saying the wrong thing, I just want to slap across her face and say, shut the F up. I hardly ever have such a strong reaction to a character, but I do have that to this character. Our female lead went to the newly assumed identities person's grandmother's house, and the grandmother never actually met her. And she kind of didn't really care about her daughter's married life either, so they hardly ever contacted each other after she married. But the scriptwriter writes the female lead character as somebody who is so clever that she just happened to guess what is the jade of the bangle that the grandmother has given her supposedly mother when she married out, because the grandmother likes clearly the green type of jade, so she just guessed. Yeah, my mother had a green bangle. That's enough for her to pass it. I mean, like, yeah, okay, random writing. Just like, because the scriptwriter said so. And the even funnier thing throughout that scene is when the grandmother is questioning her supposed granddaughter about her mother, so the grandmother's daughter. And our female lead tells the grandmother, my mother died when I was 3. She had a cold for a long time and couldn't get cured and eventually died from it. Do you realize that supposedly your father is like a genius doctor, who's the greatest doctor of all, who can do plastic surgery on your face and on your vocal cord within one night and make you heal instantly? And somehow a doctor who is that talented couldn't save his own wife because the wife had a cold and died from it. I don't know what the heck is going on with the scriptwriter. Maybe every scene in this drama instead of every episode is written by a different person, and they've never bothered to sit down and discuss what each other has written. Apart from the plot that just does not make sense at all, and the characters that are just so randomly written. There are a couple of other things that are just very hard to bear. First is production quality wise, this drama just has the worst kind of lighting team ever. I could do a better lighting job with my shower curtain and my very cheap LED lights. When you look at this drama, light is not motivated from anywhere. It just comes from nowhere. In a mountain cave, there's just a spotlight shooting down from the sky from, you know, whatever, and super bright only on our lead, because the lead needs to be lit. In an interior space of an ancient Chinese building, you also see, no matter if it's night or day, there's a huge top light shining down on a dining table, on a working desk. Lit the people so bright that they overexpose on the side of the face that the light hits. Where did the light come from? Do you have a freaking hole in your roof? Because how do you get a light from that angle into an interior traditional building when there is no glasses? Not just it's illogical, it's ugly looking. There's no softening, there's no reflecting of the light happening. Everybody has such harsh shadow on their face. Oh, and one of the soundtrack music that goes on in the background is the exact same music that you hear from 御赐小仵作 the Imperial Coroner. I think this is probably due to there is a shared library of BGMs of Chinese dramaland, and people can just use that or pay limited amount of money to get that, and they happen to pick the same music. But because of how much I liked the Imperial Coroner and how good that drama is, and when absolutely nonsense are being uttered by the character's mouth as the music goes on in the background, I got really angry. I was like, stop using that music! You're tarnishing my memory of the Imperial Coroner. And then by the point the male lead comes out, I really couldn't care less about whether he looks good or not good in period costumes, whether his acting is good or not. I don't care about that anymore, because everything else I've seen in this drama is reasons enough for me to not watch it anymore. I do have to say, I did watch to the him coming out of the second floor in slow motion and ridiculously landing. I did get to that scene before I just couldn't continue anymore. When he first heard the news about the princess is dead, who is his childhood sweetheart, and he ran out of the restaurant and just started crying with his hands over his mouth. I don't know whether I should blame the director or the actor for acting that scene out in that particular way, because the way he played it is so funny. That would be the end of this ranting video on a drama that I highly recommend you not go and watch it unless you have too much time to kill and you actually genuinely can get a good laugh out of looking at how ridiculously bad things can be. Then it might still be a worthwhile drama. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.